for joining us this afternoon. Really appreciate you being here. Coming off of a really great weekend for our program. I was really proud of our team, the way that they were able to come out there and play together. By no means was it a perfect game. By no means was it even our best executed game of the season. In fact, it wasn't. But what we did was we played really hard and we played together. In a really special way. Offensively, defensively, and special teams, playing great complementary football, and most importantly, our players, really rallying around one another. And that was, a big message that we left our team with, before the game, the week leading up to the game was, we're not playing against anybody. We're playing for someone. And, that someone are the guys in this locker room and the guys, in this program. And I think our players just really did an outstanding job of that. I felt it. I felt it in the locker room before the game. I felt it, on the sideline throughout the game, and was just so proud of the way we played together and the way that we played for one another. And we have to be able to move on from that. Just like we've done in weeks past. We got to be able to put that game behind us and focus in on what's upcoming. And we have a great challenge with Buffalo. They're an outstanding football team. A team that plays great team football, offense, defense, and special teams. Have a lot of respect, for their coaches, their staff. Coach Leipold, I think has done an absolutely fantastic job there, and love how those guys play. They run the football with incredible effectiveness and efficiency. They play great defense, and they play hard on special teams. So, we got a great challenge ahead of us, and we're really excited about it. We have, feel that we got, a lot of momentum. We have a lot of excitement, in our program, and we got to channel that in the right way and channel that into, having a great week of preparation and practicing hard and, playing physical and putting ourselves in the best position, on Saturday to be successful.
George, why don't you ask the first question, then John will have number two.
Yeah, you said execution still isn't where you want it, but what do you view as the biggest strides being made in that game was?
Well, we took care of the football. We didn't turn it over, I should say that. We did put it on the ground a couple times, which, was disappointing, but we did not turn it over. We did not give BG any extra possessions. And defensively, we were able to come up with a couple takeaways. We were able to, block a punt that turned into a touchdown on special teams, and we were able to recover a muff punt on special teams, which turned into a field goal. So, we were able to capitalize on that, and I thought that was, one of the biggest things for us. Was just that ability to create takeaways, on special teams and on defense, and to protect the football on offense. I think when you can do that, you're going to put yourself in great position, week in and week out. So that was really, really great to see, and it was, equally as exciting to see, our defense, be able to go out there and play with great energy, to really run to the football. I thought our pursuit, I thought our effort was outstanding, and it took care of, a lot of mistakes. It erased a lot of mistakes for us that we made, but we played hard, we played physical, we pursued. And we played well, and we were able to get some stops, some critical stops, and whether they were fourth down stops, whether they were red area stops, we were able to get some critical stops, in that game that you don't get, and it's a totally different feel. And offensively, we were able to capitalize on those opportunities that the defense and the special teams gave us, and we were able to run the ball again, with good effectiveness. Tion had, I think he was, a couple yards short of 200 yards, and it was great to see our offensive line come back, the way that they did, and for Tion to be able to get out there and have a big game. Boogie certainly, didn't have, as many opportunities as Tion had, but he was equally as effective in the opportunities that he had some big runs for us, particularly, kind of towards the end of the second quarter. So, again, it was just a really great team effort, all in all, and again, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of things that you look back on and you just, you really, you felt like you left, some opportunities out there, certainly. But the way we played together, the way our players played for one another, it was just a great afternoon to be a part of. And, I was just very proud of our team and very happy for our players, and the hard work and, all the adversity and the resiliency that we've shown to be able to go out there and to have that reward is something that, I know we've been working really hard, to achieve.
Quick follow-up, how do you get that to roll over to this week, especially against a team like Buffalo?
Yeah, like I said, we got to move. We got to move past it. We were able to enjoy it Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Even able to enjoy it on Sunday. Especially as a player. As coaches, you got to kind of put that thing away, pretty quickly and get focused in on your Buffalo preparation. But we met with the team yesterday. We made all our corrections. We looked at the things we did well, the things we didn't do well. We talked about some of the errors and some of the situations that came up in the game. And we put it behind us, and we've transitioned onto Buffalo. And it was a challenge that we issued the team before practice today. It was just kind of being able to overcome that. I think kind of the average person, there's going to be kind of that tendency to you're going to be a little bit tired. You're going to be feeling good. And there's that tendency to go out there and to maybe not have your best day. And we really challenged our guys. Is this going to be a day that we look back on and we regret, or is this going to be a day where we overcome another challenge, where we overcome another piece of adversity in the road? And I thought our guys came out, and I thought we had a really good day. I can tell they're that they're a little bit tired, and we got to address that and adjust some of the things that we're doing so we can put our team in the best position to be as successful as we're capable of being on Saturday.
Go ahead, John.
Hey, Tom. John Morrow with the Associated Press out of Buffalo.
How you doing, John?
Good. And congrats on your 50th win and getting that one out of the way.
I didn't know that. Appreciate it.
Well, I believe it was in your game notes. So
Oh, okay.
I did a little bit of
Hey.
research, but way to go.
Thank you.
I saw that you coached at John Carroll and you played against Wisconsin Whitewater. I'm not sure if you ever coached against Lance. Back in those days.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
So, but I'm sure you're aware of what he did at Wisconsin Whitewater. And what do you make of what the legacy he left there, and now how he's been able to carry it over and build a successful program, a sustainable, successful program like this in Buffalo?
Well, as I mentioned, kind of in the opening there, there's not very many coaches, in college football that I have more respect for than Lance. What he was able to do at Wisconsin Whitewater, and obviously we all know about the record and we all know about the championships and those sorts of things. But, I remember, going and hearing him speak at the AFCA convention. It was a long time ago, but you don't know what he had to overcome, and how he had to go out there and basically fundraise his budget and a lot of those things. I think you look at Whitewater and what they've accomplished, and it's a big school, it's a state school, all those things, but the work that went in outside of just coaching the football, everything else that goes into being successful as a Division III football coach. I just have so much respect for Lance in that, and I unfortunately did not ever have the opportunity to play against him. We actually played Whitewater in 2016, so it was the year that his first year in Buffalo. But that they were number one team in the country at that point, and I don't think had lost a home game or a home playoff game in a really long time. And we were able to go up there and come away with a win, and it was one of those games that one of the all-time, great moments, for me in the program that that I was a part of at John Carroll University, and that's a credit to Lance, and to what that program represented, and the type of challenge that we had. So have a tremendous amount of respect for him personally, his staff, and what they've accomplished at Buffalo has been outstanding. To be able to see that program transform under his leadership, is really, really exciting to see. And and I think in a lot of ways that always always looking, even though they're competitors of ours, you're always looking to learn and always looking to model what you do off of people that have been successful. And I think that Lance in the program at Buffalo is certainly one that we look at here at Akron and say, this is the type of program that we're looking to build, and that doing it the right way, doing it with an ability to have sustained success over time, is something that that I think Lance has done a fantastic job of. And again, have an incredible amount of respect for him and that program, and we're trying to build the same type of program here at the University of Akron.
And just as a quick follow-up, I guess, is how do you stop Jared Patterson?
Well, I think everybody's asked that question, and not very many people have had the answer. So for us, we have to have a great plan. Have to have a great plan going in, put our players in great position to be successful. But we got to go out there and we got to execute the plan. We got to bring that plan to life, and we got to play hard. We got to play really physical up front. And I think our defensive line has put together a couple really good weeks back to back now. This is really this will be going into the third game now in a row where we've actually had really our full complement of defensive linemen, and I think that really showed in the Miami game. We were able to defend the run pretty well in that one. I thought we defended the run pretty well this past week, and the challenge is only getting greater here as we prepare for Buffalo. But we're going to have to do a great job of that. And our defense, certainly I thought played exceptionally well, against Buffalo last year. Offensively, we turned it over, two turnovers, two sack fumbles that resulted in touchdowns, for Buffalo. But outside of that, I thought defensively we played really well, and it's a much different team. Much different team that we'll be seeing this weekend. But we do have that that confidence to work off of, and I think it's a team effort as well. It's not just come down to our defense. I think we got to play really well on offense. I think we have to have the ability to possess the football, convert third downs, keep some drives alive. Keep it out of their hands a little bit. They're a team that can certainly control the clock, and we like to think that we're like that as well. We pride ourselves on being able to run the football and and control the clock and control the game that way. So we have to do a great job as a team, to defend what they do, and that includes our special teams. And giving our defense great starting position. Making Buffalo play on a long field. As often as we can. So it'll be a team effort. It'll take however many we're allowed to travel. I think it's 70 now in the MAC. It'll take all 70 of us plus every one of our coaches and support staff members in the program to be able to slow that guy down.
Go ahead,
Thanks,
Rachel.
Tom.
Rachel, go ahead.
Tom, as a follow-up to that, is Jared Patterson the biggest challenge that UV's offense poses, or is it because they become more multidimensional? You've got Kyle Van Treese, who's got pretty good chemistry with his tight ends particularly, and Kevin Marks is also an option on the run as well. Do you have to game plan to stop one person or look at the whole body?
No, you're absolutely right on that. I think if you focus all your attention on one person, on Patterson, you're gonna set yourself up for some missteps in some other areas, defensively. So, it's team defense. It's defending the University of Buffalo's offense. Really, as you said, they have ability to make, some big time plays down the field in the passing game. Got a couple backs that can really go and hurt you. Their tight ends, that they play with. It's just a good football team. Really, really good, really sound football team that has been extremely efficient an extremely efficient offense, obviously scoring a lot of points. They have not taken a sack all season long, and I think have only turned it over twice. So, again, that gets back to, our ability as a program, to play well together offensively, to take care of the football, to possess it, to be able to convert third downs, finish in the red zone, is all, part of that success, part of that plan to win this weekend that it's going to take for us to be in great shape.
Go ahead, George.
You're muted, George.
I hate when that happens. Kyle Van Treese is a local kid. What do you know about him? What are his strengths?
I think he's a really good player. I think he's got a strong arm. I think he's capable of making all the throws. He takes care of the football. He doesn't take sacks, and he doesn't throw interceptions. And when that's a recipe for success. I think he's certainly capable of doing more than they probably ask of him. But when you have a great defense, when you have an exceptional running game, that becomes your role as a quarterback, and it's a great role. Believe me, I played the position, and there's nothing that you want to rely on more than just being able to turn around and hand it off, and trust that you have a great defense that's going to be able to go out there and hold opponents to low numbers, and you don't feel like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, every play. But he's certainly capable of really hurting you, throwing the ball. But what really stands out to me in his game is just the intelligence that he plays with, the way he takes care of the football, and does not allow himself to be sacked.
Quick follow-up, different topic. How did the team feel about sweeping the conference awards for the week?
We honestly didn't talk about it. I got a hold of the three guys, Gavin, Tion, and Bubba, kind of individually, and congratulated them. We didn't really spend a whole lot of time discussing that, but I do think when you talk about like playing together, you talk about putting it together offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. We certainly don't need any outside validation on that, but I think kind of human nature to see, hey, offense, defense, special teams player of the week. We're playing for the blue and gold. I think it does. It kind of reinforces, hey, we played well as a team. We played together as a team, and great things happen when you do that.
Thanks.
Rachel, John, anything else from your end?
I'm good, thank you.
Dave, do you have any questions from your end?
I'm good right now.
Okay, Coach, I think we are good.
I got one more.
Go for it, George.
Talk to me about Gavin Blunt real quick.
Yeah, Gavin is a guy that's been, really a core special teams player for us now, for the last 2 seasons, and just did a really great job this week. Came up with 2 really critical plays for us. You talk about, a guy just, from a great program, great high school program in Aurora. He and Bubba were high school teammates. You get guys like that from great programs that are coached exceptionally well, that are used to being successful. They know what it takes to be successful, and and whether that's Bubba playing on defense, whether that's Gavin contributing in some really critical ways in the kicking game. It was really important to us. The type of effort that we're getting. Not just from Gavin, but I think from everybody playing on special teams for us. And again, there were some mistakes we made, but we made up for them. With great effort. We made up for him with great effort, and Gavin's ability to be there, to be able to run down the field and recover that punt, before it went out of bounds was was really great to see. And then obviously Mikaya Burton. This was that block punt. It was an adjustment we made in pregame, and we didn't see their punter who they typically rugby with. We had to come up with a new block, and we kind of, Coach Hurd drew that one up, kind of in the sand, in the snow, I should say, in pregame. And, Mikaya Burton, to his credit, Sean Name, they went out there, they executed it. Mikaya got a great block, and Gavin, did a great job, recovering that thing and landing in the end zone. And what was really great to see was, that unit really rallied together and, kind of all came together and celebrated around Gavin. So, was really encouraged by how he played, the plays he made in the game, and was nice to see that he was recognized for that effort.
Go ahead, John.
Thanks. I did have one more, Tom, and it's, in the infancy of your program, to be playing in a year that's been so strange and no non-conference opponents, and how do you look forward to measuring yourself and your team against a team that is now ranked, and the challenge and the opportunity that something like that presents in closing your season?
Yeah, I think, again, it's far less, about us against them, and far more about what we're going to, how we're going to play for one another. And, I think that, we have to, if we start really thinking about, who Buffalo is and what they've accomplished and where they're ranked and all those things, it's just going to distract us from focusing on what we really have to. And, we have to control the controllables, in our program, and we have to make sure that we align properly, that we, understand our assignments, that we execute our assignments, that we play with great fundamentals and great technique. And I think, that has to be, our biggest focus. We can't make it too much about an opponent. And, that's one thing in my programs I've really tried, to avoid as well as I can. And obviously there's a game plan element and understanding who they are and what they do and, who their players are, what you're trying to take away, all those sorts of things, what you're trying to exploit. But it all starts with the University of Akron. It all starts with our team. And I think, we have to focus on our process. We have to focus on what it's going to take for us, to be, in position to go out there and execute. So, they certainly are an outstanding football program and going to present a great challenge to us. But we got to make sure we take care of us first, before we go out there and worry about, kind of what they're capable of.